welcome on in to the MastoCast. How's it going? Welcome to episode 97 of the MastoCast. What's MastoCast? It's the monoblog podcast, which is hosted by me. It's half blog and audio format and half just, talking about music, video games, stuff I've been watching, all that sort of shit. And, just talking shite. That's literally all it is. Hope you're having a nice, lovely weekend. If you listen to this on the Saturday that this has come out, if you've got a black eye on Black Eye Friday, I hope it has healed. Unless you were the one who started the fight because you were too drunk and you were being a knobhead, then shame on you. Hey, shame on you. But yeah, welcome on in. Hope you're having a nice weekend. It's nearly Christmas time now. It's fucking 5 days away. As I sit here and record now, I genuinely can't believe it. I'm nowhere near ready. But yeah, bloody Christmas in 5 days' time. Life's mental. It's just getting faster and faster. Like, I could have sworn it was Christmas last week. Like, it's mental. It's absolutely crazy. It is what it is. That's what happens when you get older. Life gets faster, and yeah, it just seems to flash over your eyes. Which is mental. It's absolutely mental. But yeah, welcome on in to episode 97 of the podcast. Shout out anybody who has listened to the previous episode featuring our good lad Jake when we talked about our top 5 albums of 2025. You can go ahead and listen to that if you have not already. It was a good chat. Talked about all our favourite albums and stuff like that, and amongst other stuff that we enjoyed throughout the year, like TV series and stuff like that, and like movies, all that sort of stuff. Talk a bit of Christmas talk in there as well. Bit of Christmas talk. But yeah, that's about it basically. That's what we got up to. But yeah, it was a good episode. Had a good amount of people listening, and if you've not listened to it yet, do give it a listen. Would highly appreciate it. It was a good one. And yeah, this is the last podcast before Christmas. We are 3 podcasts away from the big 100. The big 100. And I'm still trying to figure out what to do for the 100th episode, to be honest. I feel like it should be something really good for the 100th episode. But I've not thought that far yet. But yeah, 100 bloody episodes. It'll be incredible. It will be incredible. But yeah, how's it going? Hope you're having a nice weekend. It's a bit rainy outside. It's been rainy all fucking week, which is a bit of a shame. But it has been raining a little bit today. Was just at Birmingham last week. I went over to our friend's house at Biggles Wade and had like a Christmas buffet get together and all that. Had some drinks, went out to a pub and stuff, and had some more drinks, all that sort of stuff, which was really, really nice. Then went to where did we go? We went to Birmingham. After that, we were basically going there to meet up with our a friend of ours, which was going to be a total surprise. She didn't know that we were coming, so we came over, surprised, and basically our reasons being in Birmingham was to see the Ozzy Osbourne exhibition and everything that's Black Sabbath, like the mural and stuff like that. Look at the pub and all that sort of stuff, and the bench, of course. So yeah, we went over there, had a good time. Really, it was quite cool. We got to Birmingham the night before, and we were just going to stay in a hotel, and we actually had no idea what we were going to do on the night. So we were just going to go to the hotel, have a couple of drinks on the night, and then just chill. I think there was no else on. But we ended up seeing Kids in Glass Houses, which is mad. Like, we were just on our way to the hotel. I was just stuck in this shitty traffic, and all of a sudden, Haley got hit up with an Instagram advert saying that Kids in Glass Houses were playing at the Birmingham O2 Institute, and it was like, oh, fuck hell, yeah, go on then, yeah, we'll go to that, why not? They played their second album, Dirt, in full. I believe it's the 15th anniversary of that album. I do remember listening to it quite a bit, like, when it came out. I did like it back then, and, went and saw them, and, yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I think Dirt might be my favourite out of that and Smart Casual, I think. But yeah, Dirt was, it was really cool, like, just sort of watching them, and then all the songs just start sort of coming back to me, and I was just like, fucking hell, I haven't heard this one in a while, I've not heard this one in ages. And, they played the album in full, and they did a few, like, other hits afterwards. I think it was just basically, like, a few songs from Smart Casual, and like, they ended with, like, the Christmas song, which was, quite cool. Of course, you got to chuck in a Christmas song. It's actually an alright tune, to be fair. I forgot what the song was called. Let me just have a look. But yeah, it was a really good show. Really, really good show. Birmingham O2 Institute is quite a good venue. It's sort of like I don't know. Right, it's not massive. It's like what's it called? It's like a sort of It's got like balcony. It's kind of like a smaller version of like City Hall, that sort of thing, or go to Apollo. But it was a good night. Yeah, they basically played Dirt in full. They played Theme from the Pink Flamingo, which is of course from the latest album, Peace, Give Me What I Want, Saturday, and Secret Santa is the name of the Kids in Glass Houses Christmas song. Yeah. But yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a decent night. But yeah, went over, obviously, like, the next day, like, went over to, like, the Aussie exhibition. Was quite small, like, from what it was a lot smaller than what I expected. I mean, it was free, so wasn't going to complain that much. But there was, like, some cool plaques and stuff like that. Some like the Grammy Awards that Ozzy had throughout his life and stuff. And obviously went to see the bench at Bridge Street. It's all covered in, like, a lot of, like, the floral stuff at the moment. Like there's a big massive, like, Happy Birthday Ozzy right above the bench with like cards and flags and all that, like, from other countries, and like messages from people. And I'm sure there was, like, a card from like Jack and Kelly and Louise Osborne and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty nice. The murals, like, really, really good. Like, someone who spray painted the whole wall with all this Black Sabbath sort of stuff, and, like, signed by the band members as well. Like, it was really, really cool to see. There was the Crown Pub, which was the first place Black Sabbath played at. It's quite a shame that, like, it's not open for business. Like, I feel like it would have been really cool, like, if, obviously, like, it's just a historic landmark now, but it is the first place Black Sabbath played a gig at. But, it's literally just got, like, photos of the band outside of the pub, and the pub is not open anymore. But yeah, it would have been cool if it was, like, an actual pub. Like, it would be a busy one as well, I imagine. Like, you walk in, they've got, like, Black Sabbath tunes on and Aussie tunes, and, just make it, like, a cool little rock bar, I guess. It would be pretty cool. But but yeah, that'll be it really. That would be it. Um, and that was our time in Birmingham, just wandering around, all that sort of stuff, and walking to Christmas markets and such. Had a couple of drinks here and there. Had a Dishoom breakfast. I lost my Dishoom virginity. Never been to Dishoom before. Very, very tasty. Very, very tasty. We went there for breakfast, and I had like this like sausage, bacon, and egg with like sweet chili jam, and like in a naan bread, and oof, it was a beauty. It was a beauty, and yeah, I just really enjoyed our time there. It was great. Birmingham, but it was a cool city, man. It's really cool. Like, it's got a good bit of character to it. You know, the weather was a bit shit while we were there, like, but because it was just raining the whole time. But yeah, Birmingham was sweet. It was great. Yeah, would go back definitely, of course. What else have I been up to? Really, not a lot. Been playing a bit of Death Stranding, too, which I am really enjoying so far. I'm about 84% of the way through, according to the PlayStation app, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm really, really enjoying it. It can be a bit samey in places, I will say that, but like all the tasks that I do in it, I don't mind doing it, and like it's just a stunning looking game. So like, I just keep going back to it. So it's really, really cool so far. I've enjoyed it. Excuse me. We're tired. So yeah, been playing a bit of that. It's been really cool. Been what else? Played a little bit of the new Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which came out earlier this month. I believe it came out on the 4th of December, but like it came to me about 3 or 4 days later, something like that. Like the supplier hadn't, received the stock yet, so like my pre-order came a little later, which I was a bit bummed out originally, like. But yeah, I've just been sort of chipping away at it here and there. Like I've not really done a lot of it. I've probably played like an hour and a half of it so far, but I do really like it. It's really, really great. Like it looks amazing. Like, it looks fantastic on the Switch too. Like, whether it's on handheld or whether it's docked to the TV, looks incredible. And I need to get back onto it, really. But yeah, it's sorry, I'm tired. Why is it every time? Not every time, but like, why is it a lot of the time? Like, when I'm ready to record a podcast, I'm fine all day, and then when I get behind the mic, all of a sudden I'm just like fucking tired, yawning left, right, and center. Bit shit, really. Sorry. But yeah, Metroid Prime 4. I'll obviously report more on that, like, as I play it, because it's really cool. It's really cool. I've seen a few like reviews of it that have been sort of up and down. Like, it's not the best thing that's ever come out from. Like, a lot of people prefer like the originals that came out on the GameCube, which is, I guess, is fair enough, because like that Metroid Prime that came out on the GameCube was incredible, but like the remaster as well is also good, that came out on the Switch a couple of years ago. Yeah, it's really cool so far. Really, really cool. So yeah, I'm not that far through it, but I'll definitely report back on it, and hopefully I'll get Death Stranding 2 finished soon. And yeah, and I'll give you a full blown review on that, definitely. But yeah, it's been the Game Awards recently. Stayed up and watched that last week, and yeah, that was quite the showing. That was quite the showing, is what it was. Let me just get the Game of the Awards, Game of the Awards, Game of the Year Awards sort of timeline up, just so I can sort of refresh myself. So yeah, this happened on December the 11th. There was a lot of game trailers. There was a lot of like announcements and stuff like that. All that sort of stuff, and list of winners. So I've got that all up here. So basically, the game of the year was Claire Obscure Expedition 33. To be honest, which I expected it to lap that up straight away. It's I believe it's set a world record of 12 nominations across all kinds of different categories, and it won like nine, I think it was nine, like it won nine awards, which is super impressive. Um, but yeah, it's my game of the year without a shadow of a doubt. And like in that game of the year category, which I've mentioned like before, like there were some good hitters in there. Like you had like your Death Stranding 2, you had Hades 2, which I've not played, but I've heard it's really bloody good. Donkey Kong Bonanza was in there. What else was in there? Ghost Yote wasn't in there, which I was quite surprised about. But yeah, there was just some good hitters in there. Like there was some really good hitters, but like it was just so obvious that Claire Obscure were just gonna go in there and win that Game of the Year award. But like it just won so many other awards. Like I'm not gonna go into all of them. But like if you do, we'll just like have a Google or just put like a Game of the Year award winners. But Claire Obscure just lapped up the majority of them. So like it wasn't surprising to see. It was not surprising to see. But yeah, we've got a few like games that got announced. Like there was Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic, which is something to be quite stoked about, really. I used to play Knights of the Old Republic back in the day, years ago. Like if you go back, like way back to I think it was like episode 3. I did an episode with Cam Chappers, and we were talking about our favorite Star Wars games. And Knights of the Old Republic was in there, like from 2001 or something like that. But yeah, I used to love that game. I used to think it was great. And apparently there is a remake or remaster out underway as well at the same time. But we'll see about that. There was no mention of it at the Game Awards. But Fate of the Old Republic, which is really cool to hear of. It was just a cinematic trailer, pretty cool cinematic looking trailer. But yeah, I'm game for this. Like, I mean, I love me some Star Wars games. So yeah, bring on Fate of the Old Republic. Do check out the trailer for that. Of course, it's going to be held by Casey Hudson of Mass Effect fame, and their Mass Effect games are really great. But yeah, like the Knights of the Old Republic games are kind of like RPG based. So yeah, pretty stoked about that. There was a cinematic trailer for a game called Divinity, which I've never really heard about before. But this is coming from Larian, who Baldur's Gate 3 fame, which was a title that won Game of the Year a couple of years ago. A lot of people are really into Baldur's Gate 3, but they are also in charge of Divinity. But this is just Divinity on its own. Apparently, it's going to be their biggest game ever. And there wasn't a lot, like, there was no, like, gameplay or anything in this trailer. But, bloody hell, it was a striking trailer. Like, very gory, very adult. I'll say that. Like, it was kind of like some sort of someone burning in like a Wicker Man and stuff like that, and there was like pig guts everywhere, and like the dude who was being burnt alive, like his skin was like blistering and stuff, and there was sex and all this sort of stuff, and it looked very dark and brutal. But yeah. It's looks. Because at first I thought, oh, we're gonna get a Fable here, and I thought I've had it. Then obviously, like when everything just started getting dark, I was a bit like, oh, well, maybe this isn't Fable then. But yeah, this is Divinity. So I don't know what any of the old Divinities are like. But that's really cool. We're getting new Tomb Raider next year and the year after. They showed a trailer for Tomb Raider Catalyst, which looks really cool. I'm not a massive Tomb Raider person. I used to play like the older ones back in the day, but I've never actually gone out my way to complete a Tomb Raider game. But Tomb Raider Catalyst looks pretty good, and that's coming out in 2027. But also, we got another Tomb Raider coming out next year, which is Legacy of Atlantis, which is a whole reimagining of the original Tomb Raider that came out in I believe it was 1997 that came out. I remember playing that back in the day on the PC. Yeah, fucking insane. So I think it's quite cool that they get that the remake and the first one, because I mean I've tried going back to the first one before, and it's just I just don't think it's aged all that well, to be honest, with like the sort of weird tank controls and all that. I know we got like the remasters that came out last year or the year before. It was like 1, 2, and 3 got like that trilogy got like a remastering, and then like 4, 5, 6 got one as well. But like this is like going to be a full-on remake, like what you'd see with like Snake Eater and stuff like that, like properly like reimagined. So yeah, that's something to be quite stoked about. I'll see how that gets on. Saros has been given a date. I believe it was meant to be for March, but it is due to be released on 26th of April, and Saros looks really good. Which is I believe that the developers Housemarque. This is a follow-up to their 2021 game Returnal, which I've not played, but I've heard really, really good things about. I wouldn't mind giving it a go. But Saros looks really, really cool. If you haven't seen the trailer for that, do that. It looks fantastic. It looks really good. And, it's a PlayStation only sort of thing, so, already a bit of quality there. New Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight. The Lego games are quite fun. And I love the Dark Knight trilogy, so, yeah, it's quite cool to see that in there, Let's see. This one looks really good. Now, this one looks really, really good. And, a lot of these games so far, I've just been like, oh yeah, I've not heard of this series, or I've not played of this series, but this looks good. I'm going to say the same for this. And this is a sequel to Control, which came out in 2019. This is Control Resonant, which is by Remedy. That's going to be for 2026. I've not played Control from 2019. I've always seen it and thought that looked pretty good. And they've just got like I think it was like a cinematic trailer for this one, if I remember rightly. I mean, I didn't look at it that much, but this looks really fucking cool. Like, it looks really, really trippy. It looks very sort of what's it called? Like it looks very Inception-esque. It's a very, very cool looking game trailer. So have a look at that. Quite arty-farty, quite trippy. So yeah, I might have to give Control a proper go before this comes out, because this looks real cool. It looks really, really cool. But yeah, that's Control. And brand new Mega Man games coming out. Dual Override, set for 2027. Bit of a long ass wait for a game like this, but it's a 2D side scroller, just like the old school Mega Man games. But this is brand new. But yeah, that's quite cool. I used to play Mega Man back in the day on PS1, so it's cool that we're getting something new for 2027. Like, I believe a lot of people were really, really wanting for a new Mega Man, and it looks like we're getting one, which is really cool. Diablo 4 expansion, Lord of Hatred. So that's coming out 20th of April. I've not played Diablo 4 before. Star Wars Galactic Racer. We're getting more Star Wars. Second Star Wars announcement. But this is Galactic Racer, and this is like, it's just basically a racing game. Bit of pod racing, all that sort of stuff, racing with the ships. No release date for it, but But this is being made from like the racing devs who have been behind stuff like Need for Speed and Burnout, which I think is quite promising because I love Burnout, and I've had some good times with like Need for Speed back in the day as well. So yeah, we're getting a racing game from Star Wars, which is really really cool. Phantom Blade Zero getting a release date for the 9th of September 2026. That looks quite cool. Let's see. There's a Warhammer Total War Warhammer 40,000 game. Not really for me. Let's see what else is there. I mean, I'm just gonna sort of go past some of the stuff that didn't really do it for me, to be honest. We're gonna get a new Lord of the Fallen. Bradley the Badger, which looks quite fun. So this is by the creators of Mario and Rabbids. This is like you play it as this badger, but he's going through like different sort of like previous game stories that have existed. So like you're gonna be playing like his version of Bloodborne, which is like Badgerborn and like The Last of Us and like Cyberpunk, but you're playing as this Bradley the Badger character. Looks quite cute, like fun graphic art design, but yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, and the one thing that we got at the end of the night, which was a bit of a, they haven't actually got it here on the Curry's website, because I'm actually looking at the Curry's website that's got all like the announcements and stuff. They actually haven't got it here, which I think speaks volumes as to how bad this last announcement was, really. Yeah, we're getting like a new hero shooter. This was the last trailer. Usually the last trailer you get some big ass games, like we got that Intergalactic that's gonna be made by Naughty Dog, and music by Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. Like seeing that last year being the last trailer, I was like, oh fucking hell. And they've done stuff like The Last of Us Part 2 and all that stuff. But like, it's just we're getting like this new PvP free to play hero shooter game that just looks like like Valorant or whatever, like, which the game might look quite cool, but like it's not really for me. Online games aren't really for me. Like, I don't know why this is last. Well, I mean, I imagine like the people behind this game must have like paid like top dollar to be like the last trailer to be shown. But I've not heard one positive thing about having this as like the closing trailer. It was a bit very, very much a damn squib. Yeah, bit of a shame, really. I was watching it, it's like, really? You got this as your last game trailer? But yeah, yeah, that's it. That's the Game Awards for you. A few little highlights and all that. Not the best one I've watched, to be honest. I mean, here's my thing about it. Like, I think it's just too long. It's like a 3.5 hour long like presentation. Like, it's a long time, and like obviously it's like live at Los Angeles, so like the time difference is mental. So like it starts at like 11:30 at night over here. Like, just maybe make it shorter. I don't know how they could do that. Maybe less trailers, or like do like a separate sort of ceremony for like your game trailers and your Game Awards. Something like that. I don't know. Like or just have it on a little bit earlier. Like have it starts at like so it starts at like 9ish over here or something. I don't know. It could be a bit of a pain. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, that was the Game of the Year awards. We yeah, I had a good time. Well, I say we had a good time. Haley watched it with me, which I didn't expect at all. But she went to bed early. So yeah, very very cool. It was very very cool. Even that shit announcement at the end of the PvP thing where everyone was just like, no, why? Why couldn't it be fucking Half-Life 3 or whatever? No, that's not going to happen. But yeah, that's it basically. I've got an album to talk about, and then I'm gonna fuck off. But basically, I know like the year's but the year's done now. Me and Jake did our albums of the year list, all that sort of stuff. No new releases or anything. But I gotta talk about this, man, because I've listened to this like twice a day for about a week now. I found out about this album from the True Cult Pop podcast when they were doing their albums of the year. Both of them had this album in their list, and the way they were talking about it, the influence of bands that are sort of like noted in this album, I had to listen to it, and it's an album called Bastard Hymns by X-Side, and this is like a really fucking awesome amalgamation of like Failure, Every Time I Die, Quicksand, the 90s, bit of hardcore here and there. And this is an album that I fucking love, man. This album actually came out on the 28th of November, which I still think is like quite late for a band to be releasing an album. Like if you want to be in those like album of the year lists and all that sort of thing, it's still quite late, I think. Because I'll tell you now, if I listen to this album, weeks prior to recording the show with Jake, this would be in here, and it would be pretty high. Would it be in the top 5? Could be. It could be. I've literally just been with this album for a week, so, but it would definitely be in the top 10 for sure. Like, this is a fantastic album. Like, it is heavy, it's punchy, like, proper, like, hard-hitting vocals. Like, the vocalist sounds a lot like Keith Buckley from Every Time I Die, which I love. And, like, he can do, like, this really cool, swaggy sort of, like, a melodic vocal, like, through a lot of the choruses. Like, a lot of these songs are only, like, 2.5 minutes long. You've got a few here that are just over 3-minute mark. Opens with a song called No Sun, which is, like, 1 minute, 19 seconds. Like, Worth Your Salt is amazing. Like, it's just got like these fucking mint harmonic sort of pummeling riffs, and like it's very Snapcase, which is a band I've kind of discovered like a couple of weeks ago, and like that was like a name that was mentioned for this album as well. Like Pariah's just got this fucking simple as like one word chorus, which is literally just the title of the track, where it's like Pariah, and like a fucking mint sort of like down, like this is a fucking brilliant album. I absolutely love it. I recommend anyone listen to it. If you're into like the 90s, fucking Every Time I Die, Snapcase, Quicksand, Failure, the 90s, some riffs, it's fucking great. And it's got like it's sort of mellowy sort of stuff like Shrine Through Blues, where like it's it's just a bit more mellow, and like it is kind of bluesy, like it is in the title. But yeah, this album I highly recommend anyone listen to it. I think it's fucking excellent. And yeah, that is called Bastard Hymns by the band X-Side, and that'll do it. That will do it for me. For tonight, this week. Have a wonderful Christmas. Hope you have a really, really nice day. Have a nice Boxing Day, all that sort of stuff. Have a nice time with your family, with your friends. And, of course, thank you very much, everyone who has listened throughout the year. I don't think I've been as consistent with, like, uploading that sort of thing, because, it's always been, like, every Friday thing. There's been like the odd occasion where I've missed a week. I mean, I think I was just like getting used to the old shifts that I had like the past few months. But I'm back on my continentals now. So hopefully things will be okay. But yeah, hopefully expect a new episode every week now rather than every 2 weeks. Because that's how it's kind of been recently, which I do apologize about. But yeah, hopefully we're back to normal now. And yeah, enjoy. Have a good Christmas. hopefully there'll be a new episode next week. I'll try and get one up before the new year, hopefully, but it'll definitely be after Christmas. And yeah, stay safe. Have a lovely Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. And